Welcome everyone. Happy July. I'm so glad you could join me for today's monthly practice. I have Fritz here. Sam is somewhere. I'm sure he's coming. But for today's practice, all you're going to need is a mat. If you have blocks and you'd like to use them, you can pause the video and grab those too, as well as a bolster and blankets if you have them. Here is Sam. So we'll go ahead and say hello before we get started. Say hi. Say hi, Sam. Say hello. Everyone survived the 4th. We're much happier today. So let's go ahead and do some yoga. I will meet you on the mat. Now today we're going to start out in extended child's pose. So if you have sensitive knees, it's the mailman. All right, we're done with that. Maybe not. All right, maybe we're done. Okay. If you have sensitive knees and you'd like something to pad them on your mat, then you can grab a blanket or a towel or whatever you have and you can use that. If you don't have anything, that's okay too. All right, so once we're on the mat, we're going to go ahead and come to all fours. Bring your knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch. And then on an inhale, look forward. Exhale, go ahead and sink your hips back. You can walk your fingertips forward and melt your head and your heart down to the mat. And we'll take a moment here to just breathe. Go ahead and take one more big inhale here. Exhale, let it go, maybe sigh it out. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and walk ourselves up. Go ahead and bring your knees back in. And then we'll come up to a tabletop position. Go ahead and walk your hands out, maybe walk your feet back. We're coming onto our belly. So we're going to warm up with a little baby cobra here. So we'll bring our hands in towards our shoulders, right in line with the rib cage. And on an inhale, slowly peel your head and neck and chest forward and up, and just look forward. Don't press into your hands. Don't come up too tall just yet. We're just warming everything up. So breathe here. And if you feel any crunchiness in the lower back, lower yourself down a little bit. One more big inhale here. Exhale, go ahead and let it go. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and push yourself back up to all fours. Take a look at your hands. Now, if your hands are right underneath your shoulders, walk them one palm print in front of where they would have been, so you're a little bit out at an angle. We'll tuck our toes under, inhale to prepare, and then on the exhale, peel your knees up off the mat, shift your weight up and back, and we're going to come into a downward facing dog. Now maybe here you walk your dog, bending one knee and then the other, getting a little calf stretch. Keep breathing here. And when you've had enough of that, go ahead and bring it to stillness and just breathe. Now after your next exhale, go ahead and look forward at your hands. Step your way up towards the top of the mat. Now you can take baby steps or you can take big steps. Keep a slight bend in your knees. On an inhale, we're going to come up halfway. Nice flat back. And then on the exhale, go ahead and let it go. Let your head and neck hang. If your hands don't quite touch the mat, you can always use blocks here. And it can be on different levels. If you don't have anything, just bend your knees as generously as you'd like until you feel comfortable. And we're just going to hang out here and breathe. Exhale, go ahead and push through the feet. Slowly start to roll all the way up to standing. We're going to loop our shoulders up, back, and down. You can fix your clothes if you feel the need to. Shake, fix your hair. Do whatever you need to do so that way you can really embrace the stillness of this posture. Really feel your feet rooted into the ground. Stand up nice and straight and tall. Nice lift in your chest, looking forward. Hands down by your side. And we'll take a moment here just to breathe in our strong mountain pose. Now maybe while we stand here, we take some time to do some neck circles. So imagine you're drawing a circle with your nose, with the tip of your nose. And we'll start just drawing nice big circles. Be gentle. Just warming up our neck here. And don't forget to do the other side, so go the opposite way. When you're ready, go ahead and bring that to stillness. All right. From here, on an inhale, we'll lift our arms up overhead, and then we're going to just do a little side stretching. So I'm going to take my right hand, encircle my left wrist on an inhale. And then on the exhale, I'm going to cross that midline coming over to my right. Just feeling a nice stretch, and we'll breathe here for a moment. One more big inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. We're going to switch our hands. So my left wrist is taking a hold of my right wrist, or my left hand is taking a hold of my right wrist here. I can't talk. All right, inhale, we'll stand up nice and straight and tall. And then on the exhale, we're going to cross that midline, coming over to the left, feeling a nice stretch in our right side body. And then breathe. One more big inhale here. Exhale, return to center, and you can let your hands float down to the side. All right, if your hands are down by the side on your next inhale, let's reach them up to the sky. Exhale, slight bend in the knees, shift your hips back, hinge at the hips, and we're gonna dive down until we're in our forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, nice flat back. Exhale, let it go. And we're just gonna hang out here and breathe. One more big inhale here. Exhale, maybe sigh it out. All right, wherever you're at, make sure your hands are firmly planted into the mat. We'll step one foot back and then the other, and we're coming into our first plank pose. Now, if you'd like to do a half plank, lower down onto your knees. Otherwise, keep your hips nice and lifted. Don't lift them too high up. Don't let them drop down. Nice straight line all the way down the spine, including your head and neck. So take a moment here, get yourself set up, and when you're ready, we're just going to hold here for a moment and breathe, just warming up the body. Really push back through your heels. And if you feel that shake, that's okay. One more big inhale here. And then on the exhale, let's lower all the way down to the belly, untucking the toes. Whew. All right, on your next inhale, we'll rise up into our little baby cobra once again. Or if you'd like to grow your cobra, really press into the hands, rise up a little taller. Now, if you are coming up a little higher, make sure your shoulders aren't coming up to your ears. Make sure you keep them all the way back, chest reaching forward like we did in mountain. And if you feel any crunchiness in your lower back, lower down a little bit. You don't have to come up so high. And from here, we'll just breathe. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, let it go. Whew. Okay, from here, we're gonna make our way into downward facing dog. Now, if you'd like to come to all fours and then go into downward dog like we did earlier, go ahead. Otherwise, I'm gonna show you another way that we can get there. So if you're coming with me, let's go, and we will meet anyone else in downward facing dog. All right. So on the inhale, just go ahead and prepare. Tuck your toes under. And then on the exhale, really press through your hands, lift your body up, and we're back in plank here. Inhale again to prepare. And then on the exhale, we're going to press through our hands, shift our hips up and back to come into our downward facing dog. And then from here, we'll just take a moment to breathe once again. All right. When you're ready, make sure your left foot is firmly planted into the mat. On an inhale, we'll lift our right leg up. Keep your toes dialed down. It doesn't have to come all the way up here. Exhale, shift the weight forward. Bend that knee in towards your chest. Look forward, and we'll step that right foot in between our hands. And then we're just going to come into a little lunge here. Now, keep your chest lifted. You can drop down onto your knee if you'd like. This front leg should be at a nice 90-degree angle. You should be able to see your big toe. And again, you can always use blocks here to bring the ground up to you. So go ahead and get yourself set up, and when you're ready, we're going to take a moment here just to breathe. You should feel a nice stretch in your left quad. Pull that right hip back. Look forward. One more big inhale here. Exhale, maybe sigh it out. All right, from here, go ahead and we're going to just bend that left knee, maybe come up a little bit on the right. We'll rock back and forth, and when you're ready, step that left foot up to meet your right, coming into our forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway flat back. Exhale, let it go. And we'll stay here for a moment and just breathe once again. One more big inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Okay, when you're ready, make sure your palms are planted into the mat. We're going to step one foot back and then the other, coming into our plank or half plank, and breathe. One more big inhale here. Exhale, lower down to the belly. Your next inhale, cobra or baby cobra, breathe. One more big inhale here. Exhale, let it go. From here, we'll transition into downward facing dog. So you can come through all fours or through plank. I will meet you there. And then once you're in downward facing dog, take a moment just to breathe. All right, whenever you're ready, make sure your right foot is firmly planted into the mat. We'll lift our left toes up, keep the toes dialed down on the inhale. And then exhale, bend the knees, shift forward, look forward, and then we'll step that left foot in between our hands, coming into a nice lunge on this other side. And then from here, we'll just breathe. Make sure that your foot setup is correct and feels good. Remember, you can always lower your knee down to come into a low lunge, or you can always use your blocks. One more big inhale here. Exhale, let it go. And then we can straighten through that left knee a little bit. Start to bend through the right, maybe rock back and forth a few times before we step our right foot up to meet the left. On an inhale, coming up halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And we'll take a moment here just to breathe. One more big inhale here. Exhale, sigh it out. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and plant your palms into the mat. We'll step one foot back and then the other coming into a nice plank. Go ahead and breathe here. One more big inhale. Exhale, let's lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale for cobra. Breathe. One more big inhale here. Exhale, let's lower all the way down. All right, I'll meet you in downward facing dog. All right, once you're in downward facing dog, take a moment to breathe. We're going to go through that whole little flow again, but I'm going to add on a little bit. So it's going to be a little bit extra. And we'll move a little bit faster too. One more big inhale here. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. All right, when you're ready, plant your left foot down. We'll lift our right leg up, toes dialed down. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, shift forward, look forward. We'll step our foot back into that low lunge on this side, or this lunge on this side, and breathe here. Maybe grow light on your fingers. You can come up a little bit if you'd like. When you're ready, go ahead and plant your left palm down on the mat, on the inside of your right foot. And then we're gonna twist and reach our right arm up to the sky. So just a little twist here. And breathe. One more big inhale here. Exhale, return to that nice low lunge. And when you're ready, let's step our left foot up just halfway. Go ahead and straighten through the right foot. And go ahead and bow your head down. Pull the left hip crease forward, right hip crease back. You're going to feel a big hamstring stretch in this right leg. And breathe. Pyramid pose. One more big inhale here. Exhale, sigh it out. When you're ready, we're going to bend again through that right knee. Go ahead and step that left foot back, and we're going to come back into our lunge here. Take a moment to breathe. One more big inhale here. Exhale, go ahead and plant the hands. We'll step our right leg back, and we're going to go back into plank. Breathe here. One more inhale. Exhale, lower down to the belly. Inhale, cobra. We'll hold here. Just keep breathing. And on your next exhale, lower down. All right, from here I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Once you're there, just take a moment to breathe. We have one more side to do, and then we're going to get up off the hands. All right, when you're ready, make sure your right foot is planted. We'll lift our left foot up, toes dialed down, inhale. Exhale, bend through the knee, shift forward, look forward. We'll step our left foot in between our hands. Lunge. And breathe. When you are ready, we'll plant our right palm to the mat. We'll lift our left fingers up to the sky, spiraling our heart towards the left. Twist. Breathe. One more big inhale here. Exhale, rain it down. Let's step our right foot in halfway. Let your toes point out at a 45-degree angle. We'll straighten through our left leg. Pull that left hip crease back, right hip crease forward. Pyramid pose. And breathe. Right, from here, look forward. We're gonna kick that right leg back, bend through the left knee once again, coming back through our lunge. Breathe. One more big inhale here. All right, when you're ready, let's go ahead and plant the palms once again. We'll step it back into our final lunge for this session. Breathe. One more big inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Breathe. One more big inhale here. Exhale, lower it all the way down. We'll tuck our toes under. I'll meet you in our final downward facing dog, and then we're going to get off of our wrists and hands. On your next inhale, go ahead and look forward. We'll make our way up to the top of the mat, back into our forward fold. Once we're there, inhale, come up halfway, nice flat back. Exhale, let it go. And we'll breathe here. After your next exhale, bend your knees super, super generously. Keep your hips going back, so really put weight in your heels. We're coming into a chair pose. Now, if you can't bend down super low, that's okay. Only bend to where you would like to. And then your hands can be on your waist. They can be heart center, or you can shoot them out in front of you at an angle, coming into that chair pose, having a little bit of like a counterbalance here. And breathe. Lengthen your tailbone down. One more big inhale here. Exhale, go ahead and straighten through the legs, stand up, coming into our mountain pose. Woo! Maybe feel that flush of energy move through your body as you move into stillness for just a moment. One more big inhale here. Exhale, let it go. All right, when you are ready, we'll turn towards the long edge of our mat for this next piece. I'm going to straighten out my mat here because it's moving a little bit on me. From here, bring your feet pretty wide, right, wider than your hips. And then you can just stand up nice and straight and tall, chest nice and lifted, looking forward. And then reach one arm out, and then the other, and we're in this strong star pose. And then we're gonna take a moment here just to breathe. Just building up some confidence. One more big inhale here. Exhale, let it go. All right, you can bring your arms back down if you'd like. We're gonna take our toes, our right toes, and turn them all the way to the short edge of our mat. We're going to take our left toes and bring them in just a little bit at a 45-degree angle. From here, we're going to bend our right knee down to a 90-degree angle, and you might have to step your feet out a little bit. You want to make sure that they're not on the same train track. You want them on parallel train tracks. Your center should be in the center, and we're moving into a warrior two. So again, your hands can be at your waist. They can be in prayer. Or you can stretch them out to either side. Imagine you're pinching a pencil beneath or in your shoulder blades. Keep your chest nice and lifted. And then you can look over your right fingertips and breathe. One more big inhale here. Exhale, you can lower the hands down. We'll turn the right toes forward. Make sure your left toes are forward, and we're going to go back into that star pose. So you can go ahead and stretch your arms out if you're ready, and breathe. Take up some space. One more big inhale here, and then exhale, you can float your hands down. All right, we're going to do a warrior two on the opposite side. So I'm going to turn my left toes to face the left short edge of my mat, bending that left knee. And I'm going to bring my right toes in a little bit, making sure my center is here, making sure I have a nice strong base. And then and only then am I going to send my arms out nice and long, and I can look over those left fingers this time and breathe. All right, and after that next exhale, go ahead and lower the hands. You can walk your feet in a little bit. And now, before we end, I only have two more things. We're going to end in mountain pose. So we're going to end up standing. So if there's still things you need to do with your day, you can. But for now, we're going to move some energy. So we're going to do some knocking on heaven's door. It's one of my favorites. It does look a little silly, but it's used in different modalities, and it's called different things. But it just helps to break up any stuck energy and move it out of the body. We're in a new month. We don't want to take June and what we've had so far in July. We want to start new. It's a new day. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that our arms are like noodles, and we're going to swing to one side, coming up on the ball of our one foot, and then swing to the other side, coming up on the ball of our opposite foot. And we're going to move back and forth. Make sure you're not around any doors, windows, things that can be knocked over, because you might knock it over. You can go as fast as you'd like or as slow as you'd like. You can even hit your booty, your hip, and you're just going to go side to side. So we're going to do that for, we'll say 1 minute starting now. Breathe while you do this. Maybe smile. Have fun with it. This is the last thing we do before we're going to move it into stillness. So just move back and forth. Got just a few more seconds left, so really take some time to enjoy this. All right, and then we can start to slow it down, slow it down. And when you're ready, you can walk your feet in. We're going to bring it to mountain pose to end. So we'll just take a couple breaths here. Now, if you'd like to move into a Shavasana, you can. If you need to get going with your day, you absolutely can. I did pull a card for today's practice. And so I'm just going to read that really quick to you before you go. And I pulled Coyote Spirit. And its message is to trust in divine detours. Let you see it. Do you find that you are being led on a strange detour in your life right now? Does it seem that what appears to be the next right action and the next right choice, best situation, or fabulous relationship unexpectedly turns into the opposite, or just disappears into thin air, as if you've been tricked? Coyote Spirit's trickster energy is designed to bring you into situations to teach you lessons you have forgotten to learn. Perhaps you need a taste of failure before you experience success, a need to feel disappointment before you can truly appreciate the joy, love, and prosperity that is coming to you. Perhaps you are revisiting a pattern that you forgot wasn't in alignment with the life that you're intending to co-create. Being reminded that gratitude, not complacency, will keep you awake and aware of all that is available to you in this moment. Coyote Spirit reminds you to laugh about the unexpected twists, to develop humility and gratitude while relearning your attachments to the form of your desires. Even when you suddenly find yourself on a detour, wondering when you will get back on track to manifesting what you desire, Remember that Spirit has a plan and wants the best for you. Trust in divine order now. Coyote Spirit is a divine helper. No matter what seems to go astray, things are exactly as they are supposed to be. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that practice. If you did and you'd like more, I do have a site on Patreon where I release a new practice every single week. It also houses all of my old practices that have already come and passed. So it's a whole library. You could do a yoga class every day if you'd like. There are different lengths. There's different styles. So definitely check that out. The link is in my bio. And if you know anyone that would like this practice or would benefit from it, please feel free to share it with them. Please like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe to my channel. I do everything by word of mouth, so I really appreciate all of your help in spreading these practices around to anyone that might benefit from it. All right, I'm gonna go, so I quit repeating myself, but I hope to see you next week on Patreon. If not, then I will see you next month in August. I hope you have a beautiful July. Be safe, be well. Namaste.